Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I want to thank you for holding this hearing and welcome our witnesses. A little over 4 weeks ago, Time magazine published this edition, which says on the cover, "The Clean Energy Myth," and then inside, and I thought it was interesting, introducing the very same article, it says, "The Clean Energy Scam." I'm not convinced either of those are fair criticism, but certainly we need to be discussing these policies. In the latest energy bill, Congress drastically expanded the renewable fuel standard. In the latest iteration of the Farm Bill, we may see an extension of what I would view as excessive tax credits for biofuels and an extension of the import tariff on ethanol. These policies are clearly having at least some unintended consequences, and American people are not aware of them, and I think they would be justifiably upset if they were. For example, there is a tax credit on biodiesel enacted by this Congress that is forcing Americans to pay millions of dollars, last year some $300 million, to subsidize diesel fuel prices overseas under a phenomenon known as splash and dash. That's a procedure whereby biodiesel produced outside the United States is shipped to the United States. 1% of petroleum diesel is added to it, so you add 1 gallon to 100 gallons, and that fuel is then shipped back out of the United States with a $1 per gallon subsidy paid by American taxpayers. So Americans are paying a $1 a gallon subsidy. It's interesting, you look at America exported millions of gallons of biodiesel last year, more than we produced. How did that happen? Because under this policy, it pays to ship biodiesel to the United States, add 1% real diesel, and ship it back out and get that $1 a gallon subsidy. Clearly, that's a policy that needs to be repealed. As we will hear later today, the current policies are causing an increase in food prices of as much as 35%. These hit some of the poorest populations in the world. Initially in my part of the country, in Arizona, we saw a spike in tortilla prices in Mexico. Haitians are currently experiencing food prices which are 40% higher than 1 year ago. Egg prices, milk prices, bread prices have all gone up. I think we can avoid these mistakes by letting the marketplace and not the government pick winners and losers. One of those, I think, would be a technology alternative fuels mandate, which would allow us to take advantage of natural gas and displace a great deal of the petroleum we are currently burning in automobiles. That would also achieve a reduction in greenhouse gases of over 1.5 million metric tons for every billion gallons of gas not burned. I am also a co-sponsor of Representative Herseth-Sandlin's bill. In Arizona, we have a great deal of biomass which could be used, but unfortunately, in the definition of renewable in the most recent energy bill, much of that biomass cannot be used. We have a huge resource for that fuel in Arizona, and it makes sense. I believe this is an important hearing to look at these policies when Americans are suffering by what they're paying at the pump. And I thank you again, Mr. Chairman, for holding this hearing.